So when we talk about petroleum, we are aware of the two commonly used petroleum product, that is kerosene and diesel, right? Light vehicles use petrol to run, and heavy vehicles like truck and tractors, dumpers, they use diesel to run. So this petrol and diesel are obtained from natural resource called petroleum. And let's see how petroleum is formed. Petroleum was formed from the organisms living in the sea. As these organisms died, their bodies settled at the bottom of the sea and got covered with layers of sand and clay. Over millions of years, absence of air, high temperature and high pressure, it transformed the dead organisms into petroleum and natural gas. You saw how petroleum was formed. It took millions of years. As I told you, fossil fuels take millions of years to form. And petroleum was formed by the burial of sea living organisms, sea plants and sea living organisms. They got the dead bodies got settled at the bottom of the sea and got covered by the layers of sand and clay. And after millions of years, due to the heat and high pressure and the absence of air, these dead organisms got transformed into petroleum and natural gas. And this is the reason why we found this fossil fuel in the liquid form. Okay, now petroleum has lot of products in it. It's a dark oily liquid from which we can obtain different other fuels, because it constitutes of petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. And all these constituents we can obtain by refining the crude oil or the petroleum which we get from the earth crust. Okay, let's see refining of petroleum. You can see picture of petroleum and natural gas deposits. So in the layers of the earth crust, you can see how the well is being dug, and first layer which comes out is natural gas, then oil, right? So this is how we obtain after digging the well. When you get an indication that from this place you can get petroleum, the well is being dug, and then this is how it is being extracted. So the refinery, petrol refinery, you can see petroleum refinery, this is it. And this is set up to separate out the various constituents, and this process is called fractional distillation, and the place where it is carried out is called petroleum refinery. And various constituents of petroleum and their uses you can see in the table. Petroleum gas, which comes out first while digging the well, and it is used as fuel for home and industries. Then petrol is used as motor fuel. Aviation fuel means the vessels which fly. Then solvent for dry cleaning. Then kerosene fuel for stove, lamps and for jet aircraft. Then diesel fuel for heavy motor vehicles and electric generators. Then lubricating oil for lubrication, मतलब मशीनरीज को lubricate करने के लिए to reduce the wear and tear of the ball bearings and machineries. This oil is being used, lubricating oil. Then paraffin wax, They are used in preparing ointments, tubes, which soothes your skin, then candles, Vaseline which you apply during winter season, then butamin is again a constituent of petroleum which is used for preparing paints and road surfacing, for smoothing the road surface. Okay, so you saw the different constituents of petroleum and its uses. Okay, now many useful substances are obtained from petroleum and natural gas, and so they are termed as petrochemical. You might have heard these words many a times, and so it becomes necessary to go through it. What are petrochemicals? The substances obtained from petroleum and natural gas are considered as petrochemicals, and the manufacturing of detergents, fibers, that is polyester, nylon, acrylic, etc., then polythene and other man-made plastics. So these, for the manufacturing of this petroleum and natural gas is required. Hydrogen gas obtained from natural gas is used in the production of fertilizers, urea. So due to its great commercial importance, petroleum is also called black gold. So now let's talk about natural gas. Natural gas is a very important fuel because it is easy to transfer through pipes, and natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas, CNG. What is the full form of CNG? Compressed natural gas, and it is used in the power generation, and it is now being used for running light vehicles for the transportation, or in other words we can say for transportation. So it is less polluting and it is a cleaner fuel. So nowadays CNG is used more. The great advantage of CNG is that it can be used directly for burning in homes and factories, where it can be supplied through pipes. Such a network of pipeline exists in Vadodara, that is in Gujarat, and some parts of Delhi and other places. Nowadays you can see in our country natural gas has been found in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and in the Krishna Godavari Delta. So India has vast reserves of natural gas. Now the question is, can we produce artificially this natural gas by decomposing or burning the dead remains of plants and animals? No. In the laboratory, from the dead organisms, we cannot prepare coal, petroleum and natural gas because it's a very slow process and conditions for their formation cannot be created in the laboratory. So it becomes necessary to preserve these natural resources as they are very limited. So what can we do is, we have to keep in mind, we have to follow these tips. Drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Switch off the engine at traffic lights or at a place where you have to wait. Ensure correct tire pressure and ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle. अपने व्हीकल को मेंटेन करना चाहिए, मेंटेनेंस के लिए रेगुलरली भेजना चाहिए, सर्विसिंग के लिए भेजना चाहिए, so that it doesn't use consume unnecessary fuel, petrol or diesel. And you have to switch off the engine where you have to wait for few minutes, that is in traffic lights. And जहाँ पे आप चल के जा सकते हो वहाँ पे अपना व्हीकल लेके मत जाओ, चल के चले जाओ सामान लेने. नज़दीक में जाना है तो यूज़ बाइसिकल और वॉक एंड गो, दैट विल कीप यू फिट. rather than consuming petrol or diesel unnecessarily. Okay, so and these are being regularly advised to the people by PCRA in India, and PCRA full form is Petroleum Conservation Research Association. Time to time this is being advised to the people, and this is something common sense we should all have. Then only we can preserve the black gold or the natural resources which provide us energy. The chapter, what we have come across, we have learned coal, petroleum and natural gas as fossil fuel. Okay, then we have studied about fossil fuels were found from the dead remains of living organisms millions of years ago. Then fossil fuels are exhaustible resources. Coke, coal tar and coal gas are the product of coal. Petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin wax, lubricating oil are obtained by refining petroleum. And finally, coal and petroleum resources are limited. We should use them judiciously. सोच समझ के ये सब हमको यूज़ करना है. And the words we have come across: coal, coal gas, coal tar, coke; fossil fuel, natural gas, petroleum, petroleum refinery. So we have come to the end of chapter 5.